what word of it? Competitions Control Committee. Your man Declan was the PRO, was telling me it all, and I said I'll write it down, and then I left my notes behind me. Typical of me, Tommy, so it is. I know you the rundown in regards to the draw here tonight, so you have as well. It kind of works on a group format. There's the second chance element to it, of course, but as Tom, I mentioned there, I suppose earlier on, every game from the outset is played at championship fever and championship pace.
Indeed so, Sean. As I say, the championship in each grade, senior, intermediate and junior, are all on a group basis in the early stages. And the idea is that in each group you have between 3 and 4 teams, with generally the top 2 teams in intermediate and senior championships going forward to the quarterfinals. There's a slightly more complex structure for the junior championship, but that's the principle behind it. Realistically, from every game on, from the first weekend of the championship, teams will be expecting and anticipating and wanting to win every game, because if you get off to a good start in the championship, you know, they all say to it, too small not to hit, a good start is half the battle, and championship fever is there from the very, very start, so that's the way we'll be hoping to see it this year again.
Of course, yes, everybody wants, as you say, to get off to that positive start at the outset. I believe it's the junior you're going to go with first for the draw tonight. The senior, apologies, yeah, senior you're going to go with for the first of the draws tonight. So I'm sure I can see people already moving to the edges of their seat for this one as well. King's Court, of course, the champions from last year in there, the Carbon Girls and the rest of them all in there as well. So I suppose together, nobody will want to get King's Court, I suppose, to start with, knowing they're going in as defending champions.
Well, it's like everything else in life. Sometimes when you're playing the champions in the championship, you might prefer to get them in the first round, where you hope there might be a little bit, there might be a few cobblers there or whatever. But even apart from Kingscourt, who are the reigning champions, there's like the Calvin Gales, who needed no introduction whatsoever, the finest top team in Ulster over the last number of years. You've other strong clubs there, like Mullahoran, a fantastic tradition there. Gowler, for example, as well, with a number of titles under the belt in the last 10-15 years. And then you have up-and-coming clubs like Ramsey United, who have maybe been away from the party for a while and made big strides in the last couple of years. So it's wide open. You've then also have contested a couple of senior championship finals in the last few years. And strong enough field, 15 teams altogether in the senior championship. And I suppose every team that go into it has a good expectation to do very well, and maybe an expectation of winning as well.
Yes, well, certainly, I suppose King's Court within that expectation at the start of last year and managed to achieve it, so every other team can do it, the other 14 and have every opportunity of it as well. So they have, I know you have the names and already to be dropped into the drum here, and I'm not sure you called someone up, or are you doing the draw yourself, or you have a bit of help maybe? Tom's going to come up, the chairman himself, if he's still about, he is. He's going to make his way over here. I know you have the Oliver Plunkett Cup in front of us here as well. We're going to be dropping them into it and pulling out, I believe. Is that your plan of action? Yes, indeed.
Just to set the scene there, Sean, we have the Oliver Plunkett Cup there, as you say, the senior championship trophy. We have 15 balls in the cup division, representing each of the 15 teams in the senior championship. Tom will pick them out, and Ross will read out each team as it come out. The way it works is the 4 groups of the senior championship, in that 15 teams. We have groups 1, 2 and 3 have 4 teams in each group, and group 4 has got 3 teams. And as I said earlier, the top 2 of each group will go forward to the quarterfinals. Now the way we do the draw is the first named team, or the first drawn team, will go into Group 1 as Team 1 in Group 1. The second drawn team will go into Group 2. The third will go into Group 3, and the fourth into Group 4. Then the fifth will go into Group 1 again, and so on until the 4 groups fill up. And that's really it for the moment.
Great stuff, yeah. Great explanation of it there. And I see that Tom is heading to the cup here already, so the first of the balls will be coming out. This will be the first name then going into Group 1. He's handed it over to Ross here. He's lifted out the piece of paper. Lacken is the first club that's out, so that's the first team then in Group 1, Lacken. Heading across then to Group 2, and the first team is going to be in Group 2. And over again. Crew Collins first team in Group 2. Plenty of writing feverishly going on here, filling up the groups as they go across for us. So we're moving then to Group 3, and the first team is going to be in it. Castlerahan. Moving on then to complete the first run across the 4 groups. So this will be the first team then going into Group 4. Mullahoran. So now the excitement starts. Heading back to Group 1, we've already got Lacken in there. Who are Lacken going to be facing? 3 other teams, of course, to join them. The first of those is going to be Calvin Gales. There we go. That's the start of it. So Lacken and Calvin Gales, half of Group 1, moving into Group 2. Second team going into it. Drummondley, up from the intermediate ranks of last year, so they're in Group 2 there, along with the Cucullins, yeah. Moving to Group 3 then, and we already had Castlerahan in there, and Gowna joining them in Group 3, and heading then to complete then Group 4 on this run. And we're still waiting to see for Kingscourt to come out, of course, the defending champions. Kingscourt, and I didn't even see that one. There you go, a lot of numbers now for Saturday night, Sean. So Kingscourt into Group 4, which will only contain 3 teams in it, so they're in there with Mullahoran at the moment. So we're back to Group 1, and the third team then going into Group 1, Ramor United. So that's Lacken, Calvin Gales, Ramor United. 3 of the teams in Group 1. Moving across to Group 2, we have Cucullins in there, Drummondley in there. They're going to be joined by Kilgary, making up Group 2. Group 3 then, already Castlerahan in there, Gowna in there. Who is going to be joining them? Belturbet. So Belturbet in Group 3 along with Castlerahan, Gowna, and as I say, Belturbet. And completing then Group 4, only 3 teams in Group 4. Mullahoran and the defending champions Kingscourt are going to be joined by Lavey. So that's Group 4 completed. Now to complete back to the first of our groups. So Group 1 had Lacken, Calvin Gales, Ramor United, and completing it, Balagna. So seems to be a brave reaction to that group filling up. You're nodding your head here beside me, Tommy, so you are. Group 2, Den completes Group 2. Cucullins, Drummondley, Kilgary, and Den completing Group 2. Moving across now to Group 3, the last of the names out of the hat, Red Hills. So that's Castlerahan, Gowna, Belturbet, and Red Hills completing Group 3. Tommy, I'll let you just go through it there again. There was a brave reaction to that Group 1.
Okay, just to recap, Group 1, the 4 teams there are Lacken, Calvin Gales, Ramor United, and Balagna. Group 2, Cucullins, Drummondley, Kilgary, and Den. Group 3, Castlerahan, Gowna, Belturbet, Red Hills. And Group 4, Mullahoran, Kingscourt, and Lacken. That completes the junior championship, or the senior championship. Sean.